I'm not gonna lie, this stuff really does kind of intrigue me. All the Secret Service stuff that is going on, and just it's exciting, right? I mean, to me, it's just really crazy. It's fascinating. It is completely fascinated with how they protect the president and what goes into it and all the stuff that you don't even know and just would like to know, just because it is amazing. I mean, what a big, important job that is. Somebody sent us an email, too, we're all kind of just hearing the stories of what's going on as the president from China and President Donald Trump are going to both be flying into Palm Beach International today, which it's got to be probably, I mean, there's never been a bigger day in Palm Beach County, at least as far as visiting dignitaries that I know of. I can't even think if they've ever had anything like that. I don't think I've heard any stories of anything like this.
It seems massive.
Well, Rick Bradshaw said, and he used to be the West Palm Beach police chief, and he's been the, sheriff for, I don't know, going on like 15 years. And he's like, this is the biggest day in his law enforcement career.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll kind of give you an idea.
No pressure.
Right, exactly. No, that's kind of it. I mean, just imagine that. This is your defining day in your career, in a sense. And yeah, we had heard almost like 200 PBSO cars around the airport. And I mean, you're talking about, my gosh. Somebody said, I was talking to an insider at the airport, and man, you have no idea how much security is going on right now. Pretty much every vantage point somebody has of Air Force One is being monitored by either Secret Service or PBSO. There are snipers all over the place, and every route that they take has been screened and is watched by both uniformed and plainclothes agents and cops.
Wow.
So do you think that there's definitely somebody trying to get in this area to hurt the president? Or I know that they're doing this for precautionary reasons, but do you think that at any given time, do you think there's always one person that they're looking, and they're trying to find a way to get in?
Probably every time they got some threats. And then, that's a big part of the Secret Service's job is they got to go around. Even when Snoop Dogg pops off, they got to go around, they got to check it out, and see, is this a valid, credible threat or not? And that's pretty much what a lot of their job is, other than the side, day-to-day of guarding the president.
I'd like to know all the close calls that we never get to hear about.
Oh, I know, yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's so many stories we'll never even know.
Yeah, where somebody was a viable threat, but they snuffed it.
Do they have to report that all the time? I don't know if they do.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they talk about thwarting and they pull over a guy and, oh my gosh, he's got like a bomb in his car.
But would we know every single incident where, if there was a moment where it was so close?
You may not, because they may have been onto something. Like they may have exposed a possible weakness, and the last thing they want to do is report it so that people are going, oh, okay, wait a minute, they got a weakness there in their security? So for protecting the president, I'm sure that not everything gets reported just for that reason.
And two, when they bust somebody, there's always people they're working with. They don't want to tip off those people they're working with.
Yeah. So I know, I hear you.
We know how this stuff works.
Yeah, we watch
We're
movies.
Definitely people that watch movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said Secret Service has been here for a while, and they start monitoring all the areas along with the FBI. And they said what you see is only the tip of the iceberg. Like, it goes so much deeper in the stuff that they're doing and what they have to do. I had heard even, the one thing that they do is I think they seal the manhole covers. They go down, they check, like, the sewers.
Wow.
Because you think about that, I mean, you have to. Because sewers, I remember when I was a high school kid, man, we had nothing else to do in Logan, Ohio. We call it sewer ratting. And we go down, and there were the drain sewers. Like now where that Pennywise is, the movie It lives down there. And there were storm sewers. There's this big, kind of like opening, and we're like, what the heck is that? We went down there with flashlights one day and just kept walking and walking and walking.
Were there rats back down in there?
No, didn't see any rats. I mean, it was just like where, drainage would run from the streets down in that, and that was our thing. We used to call it sewer ratting, and we would go around down in there with lights and stuff like that, and we started to realize, like, boom, like this manhole cover pops up, and there was the football field.
Wow.
And we're like, oh my gosh. And then, like, we went another place, and, like, there that is. And so when we were, like, little vagrants around that time, and, in Logan, all we had to do was we would go, like, we call it vandaling. We go around and do, like, silly, mischievous things, and then the cops would chase us, and we'd go hiding around. And that was the one thing that we did. They could never catch us because we knew all the manhole covers and where they were, and we'd have it set open. Manhole cover would be open. We'd go hit someplace. Like, it was stupid stuff. Like, there was, I always told you about that. There was that church parsonage. It was the house right next to the church, and they lived there, and they had that dinner bell outside. And we used to always tie fishing line on the bell, and we'd sit there and ring it, and, we'd be feet away. And it would annoy the hell out of them. They'd turn the lights on and be like, who's ringing the bell? Nobody would be there. They couldn't figure it out. Well, they would call the cops eventually, and the cops would show up, and they'd see us. And there was this one cop that was always trying to get me. His name was Donnie Shaw.
I'm not kidding. Like, your whole teenage years, it sounds like a Netflix series.
It really
and I
kind of
would
could have
watch
been.
it. I'd give you 5 stars.
It really was like Stranger Things. And so,
I like the dirtbag version.
so he would have the spotlight, and he'd be like, oh, there's Ralston. And he would come after me, and we'd go, and we'd laugh. We'd go around this house, and we'd drop right down into the sewer, and they'd be like going,
Where'd they go?
It was just like we disappeared off the face of the earth, and we knew everything in town, like how to go. We would skip school by going out on the football field. We'd go shoot, and we'd jump right down the sewer and then take off.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you think about that when it comes to guarding the president, and they would run underneath the streets and all that kind of stuff. They have to go down there and seal all those tunnels off and make sure somebody doesn't plant, a bad device down there that
Sure.
could go up and be a timed event or something like that. So, I mean, just think about all those little details of what they got to do to keep these two presidents safe. It's crazy stuff. So I was just like, wow. All that stuff really kind of fascinates me. Keith sent this email. We talked yesterday about that lady who was working in that lair a mile underground.
Yes.
And I've heard about that. I think there's like a place in Colorado, and she was talking about how her phone picked up whatever it was. It was like Guam or something like that. And he said that lady who emailed you about working underground and her phone automatically dialed up Yemen or whatever it was is full of it. I worked for a company that had classified programs, and those Empress are not allowed to have electronic devices of any kind in the work area. Furthermore, they have a setup with 2 computers, one classified one and one unclassified, and they can't be within 3 feet of each other.
Damn, we got catfish again.
I don't know. That's what he's saying.
Catfishable.
Got catfish
Oh, we don't know,
again.
yeah. But, if you watch the movie Snowden, which is all about how he got the information out, and he did work in kind of like one of those like layers. It was like underground, kind of those things in Hawaii that you would go down. The security was insane. And of course, they would check all those people. You'd have to go through detectors and all that kind of stuff. And what he did was he had the little chip that had all the information on how he got it out. He slid it into a Rubik's Cube. And as he's going through the metal detector, he throws it to the security guard. He's like, and he used to see it every day. Security guard got used to it. He's like, you think you can get it today? And he flipped it to him. Security guard's like, man, I don't know. I did my best. And he handed it right back to him on the other side of the detector.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's, at least according to the movie, that's how he got the stuff out.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, but the security's absolutely insane in those things. So I was kind of wondering that. I'm like, it's kind of nuts. Another place where security is probably just about as tight, Disney. Disney fascinates me too. All the little rules and things that they have that
They're
they
run
do.
like a Secret Service operation.
Yeah, they probably, I wouldn't be surprised if Disney hires former government employees to run that kind of stuff because they got endless money. And for a government employee, now this is where you start raking it in. When you work for Disney and do the same stuff you did for the Secret Service, now for us, for our security.
Protect the mouse.
Yeah, a couple hacks, though. We were talking about that. If you missed it, you can go back to the regular show podcast from yesterday at about 6:45. We talked about some of those things you can do to save some money and get some little perks you may not realize and stuff like that. It's just doing Disney right and the theme parks right. She said, one of the things I do is when it's my birthday at every theme park, they'll recognize, they don't even check, but you'll get a birthday pin, your name on it. All the cast members go out of their way to wish you a happy birthday. You get free items like I get cake, drinks, more cake.
Ooh.
And then I got a free butterbeer, which is usually $6.
Nice.
So if you got a birthday going on, let them know. At Universal, if you go to guest services and tell them you got a bad knee or literally anything else, they'll give you a pass that allows you to go through Fast Pass.
Wow, that's awesome.
My friend works for Universal, and if you go to any photo display area at the end of the rides, all you have to do is ask one of the employees to take you up to the exit. Just say you work for Universal. They won't know because there's so many employees. You just have to sound confident, okay?
That's all you got to do.
Uh-huh. And also, Janessa said, I want to thank Denny's for keeping his promise and getting me on the No Name movie game, and I actually won the Legoland grand prize.
Nice.
She knows her theme parks.
Good for her.
Talking about TV shows to watch, a recommendation. Sounds like it might be a little bit more for Virginia, but Big Little Lies on HBO. I've seen the previews for this.
Anne loves this show. She comes over to my place to watch it because she ain't got the HBO. She loves this show.
Yeah, the cast is unbelievable. It's Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Shailene Woodley, Laura Dern, and OMG hotness, LOL, Alex Skarsgård.
Wow, that is a great cast.
Mm-hmm. She said, I just finished, I think, maybe about 8 or 9 episodes. It was also an amazing book.
I gotta maybe check that out. HBO, to me, even if you don't like the content, if you allow yourself to get into it, it keeps your attention. They're not a boring network.
Somebody's got some inside Jaybird on that bite you were talking about.
Yes.
They said, I believe from what he's describing that you were bit by a flying tree ant.
Uh-oh.
They look like a large ant, but they drop out of the trees and they fly too. Was he under or near a tree when he was bitten?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees where you live.
And we've got all kinds of shit that's fallen on us. Every single day, there's new animals that fall from the tree. I guess we got tree flies now, or whatever the hell they said.
Penny says, when I get bit by them, it stings a bit at first, but then is a red bump that itches. The itch goes away for days, but the bump does not. Then it starts itching again. This can go on for weeks, and it's annoying.
Yes, that's exactly what I've got.
Tree ant.
Said I figured I was just slightly allergic to them, but my sister gets the same symptoms.
Huh. It's just weird how it goes away and comes back. That's what was scaring me.
Like those ex-girlfriends.
You know it.
What would you rather come face to face with? A tree ant ready to bite or an ex-girlfriend?
I ain't got no beef with nobody. Don't try to get me in some bullshit war. I'm peaceful with everyone.
So the ant.
Next email, Kevin.
This is from Ashley and Mark. Let me see. It says, howdy, McMurder and crew.
McMurder.
So I apologize. I'm a bit behind. However, I wanted to share my night that my wife and I met our idol at Brew at the Zoo. My wife and I stumbled upon Jerby just standing near the grilled cheese station.
Wow.
There was a grilled cheese station?
Yeah, apparently so.
And you were next to it.
And I didn't get anything?
No.
What the shit, man?
How drunk were you?
They sneak up. I actually get more drunk at those things because you're constantly getting beer.
Well,
in
and
there.
he was just walking up going, what's the strongest you got? And
I don't
after you
know.
went back up for that 12%er, I'm like,
Flavor
oh, boy.
profile is irrelevant.
And that doesn't matter at all. Not here for taste.
No.
I mean, you pretty much were saying, look, I don't care what tastes best. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a lager, if it's a whatever. What's the strongest shit you got?
What's going to make me forget my pain?
Yeah.
I'm a sprinter. I'm not a marathon guy. Never have been.
Says he was lost and looking for his one true love, Kevin the beady-eyed monster.
That's when I was in that baboon section.
Aw.
My wife and I approached. We said hello. We geeked out at meeting such an elusive man and then was rudely interrupted by this random lady who, despite seeing that we were having a conversation, decided that she was more important.
Oh, that happens a lot.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and I don't know how to handle that. And I start to get nervous because I'm thinking, oh, are they pissed off now? I'm sorry that happened.
This lady grabbed Jerby, hugged him, and proceeded to talk his ear off about nonsense.
Aw.
She was hammered and was droning on about nothing. She totally cock-blocked us. As 2 minutes later, a woman came and grabbed Jerby away from us.
Aw.
My wife and I walked away bummed and annoyed as fuck. At least we got to say hello. I must say the bird is cool and clumsy as I expected in real life. Maybe next time we'll get to toast a beer with you.
Aw, man, that sucks. Yeah, I think I remember that moment, too.
Sometimes it just gets away from you, too. And there's like a bunch of people pulling you in different directions. Look, it's hard because Jerby is a desired man. Everyone wants to hang out with the Jerb.
Yep. I get it.
Pipe down. You got a lot of energy for the podcast.
Says here, P.S. Jerby, stop being embarrassed about loving ass play. It's
Yeah.
100% natural and acceptable. Embrace it, man.
I got no issues with ass play. Virginia likes to act like I go home, I put bananas in my ass. I'm like, oh, let's see if this bat will fit. That is not the case.
Who's got a banana by his
She
workstation?
just gave it to me.
Who's got a banana?
Wow, that was quick.
Who's got a banana?
Like bananas on
Get out of here
demand,
with
huh?
your prop comedy, although that's pretty good.
What was he got a secret stash over there?
I dare you to sniff this banana, Kevin.
No way. It's got.
I like.
Is that is it like getting ripe or is that
It does
ground
smell
from
assy.
That's okay.
What the hell?
I do not need an assy banana.
Now,
around
I like
me.
butt play on a girl. That I mean, I like the ass on a girl, but yeah, I don't think my butthole would be able to take anything. I got kind of I don't know, like a tight butthole.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Give me that banana.
Yeah. Easy way to change it too. Got this from Al and the Pizzle. Talking about some good beer to check out, and they were at Brew at the Zoo, Civil Society Brewing Company. They're in Abacoa.
Okay.
They were awarded 5th in the nation as the best new brewery.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That's
there you
massive.
go. This place is just over a year old. Great porter stouts and delicious IPAs. They did stand out to me. I asked where they were, and they were one of the breweries. I'm like going, okay, that was really good. I made note of that.
I mean, they're standing out in the country. That's awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Said you can avoid all the presidential traffic. Let me know, and I'll go buy you around. Al and the Pizzle. That sounds fantastic. Have to do it another weekend because I got to go out of town tomorrow.
That's right. The Bronx got a trip.
That's
Yep.
right.
Going to go up and see my oldest son, Colin, at school at the University of Michigan. So I'm going to be up there. Actually trying to coordinate right now with Motor City Mongo, doing a little meetup with him. So if you want to grab beer with me, we're going to have to do it probably in Ann Arbor because I think we're landing in Detroit tomorrow afternoon and then heading right over. So
Where do y'all stay when you go? Do you stay close to the campus?
different places. We're staying in a hotel. I don't know the name of it, but it's in between where my son's dorm is and where he's going to be performing. So we're kind of in that little area. And there's also kind of like a bar district.
Do you walk from place to place?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's very nice. Yeah, for the most part, you can. I mean, every now and then there's kind of like one side of it does get a little bit stressful, Virginia, because there's a pocket of really great bars on one side of town, and then there's another pocket on the other side. So every now and then I gotta, it's tough. I gotta Uber from one bar district to the next, but for the most part, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have you ever had a sour before?
Yes.
They have this place called the Jolly Pumpkin there, and all they do is sours. And
I know the Jolly Pumpkin.
do you really?
That's a brand.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's in Ann Arbor, and it's fantastic.
They had it for a while at
No way.
BurgerFi. Yep, they
it's
sure
great.
did.
It's great. Where their I think it's their home headquarters. They're on State Street in Ann Arbor, and so that'd be a spot I like to go to. They got a pocket of about 4 a little Irish bar and a couple good
love
places
it.
there. I love college towns.
Yeah.
I know.
Why did I ever leave college?
I like college parties.
Yeah, I really
You keep getting older, but the college girls keep staying young.
it's unfortunate. It's like, I just got to stop time.
Well, one of my favorite events we've done probably in the last 5 years was when we went down to the name of Dueling Banjos.
Bangin' Banjo?
Bangin' Banjos?
Yes.
I loved it because it had the feel of a college party.
That was a great
Out in that
night.
back little warehouse
Yeah.
area, and then you go in the bar. I loved that.
I want to do that again.
Yeah, I love it. Let me see. Lucy sent an email. Said, so I'm listening to Suits trying fruits for the first time. Suits fruits. And I'm so stunned that he never had any of those fruits. He didn't even know what an apple looked like sliced, let alone how to eat it. Suits, I feel sorry for you to have missed out on such great foods. I just can't wrap my head around the idea that there are people that do not eat fruits. So weird. Keep trying those new foods and opening up your palate. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And Will from Jupiter said, I'm catching up with today's show. I was pretty interested on the Suits eating game or whatever the hell it was called, and I tried my hardest to listen to it, but holy fuck, the chewing was fucking me up.
It was messing me up too. I was cringing. I don't like the way chewing sounds, and he was doing it like right in the microphone. Like shit, Suits.
I'm just
Show a little restraint, son.
eating right into it, yeah.
I'm new to this crash. Sometimes I forget the microphone's there.
I hear you, man. It's tough.
I got back in the other room and I looked through the chat and everybody's like, oh my God, the fucking chewing, please.
Yeah, you're just nibbling away.
Well, because you were going like this. Like you're like nomming
Right
on it.
into the
Yeah.
Yeah, but in his defense, it was a chewing bit, so
It was. It was.
Didn't want
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah.
Everyone's a critic, Suits.
Let me see here. We got Christian sent an email talking about a bunch of different ideas here. He said, should there be a maximum amount of items that you can order at a drive-thru?
No.
No. Never.
What's he? Is he just trying to get us mad?
Well, I think the only thing about it, too, I mean, if you're, tired of waiting in line, a lot of times they tell the car to pull up and pull over to the side.
I always hate when that happens.
They do that a lot.
Every day. You know what?
I have a feeling that happens to you a lot.
It does, and the percentage usually when they tell me to pull on the side, 50-50 that your order's fucked. Unfortunately.
Well, if you have a special order too, if you order anything that's not the norm, sometimes you'll notice that too. You have to pull up to the front.
Mm-hmm.
You ever get ordering guilt where you can tell that the person that you're dealing with, they're so mad that they're at their job right now, and they don't. And sometimes it's at a sub place where they have to make something, and the whole time you're like, "Oh, can I please get a little more extra mayonnaise?" Mm-hmm. Sure. You guys ever get that where you're like, "Oh,
yeah."
It
You feel like you're putting them out.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I kind of did a little bit, and I think my thinking on this is, you know, and I'm like, look, you know what? I know this might annoy you, but this is your fucking job.
No, I know
and
that.
You know what? And be happy you have a job. And this is great. I used to do the exact same kind of shit that you did, and I did with a smile on my face. So it's like I'm kind of annoyed back at them now. Like I used to be like almost like apologetic, and then one day I'm like, what am I doing?
I know.
Like this is what you do.
I'm like
So
going up
I've gotten
to them.
over that, and now I'm kind of a little bit more annoyed. Be like, I'm the customer. I'm about ready to give you money that I worked hard for. And you're working hard for your money, and then you're going to take your money somewhere else. And I hope someone gives you better service than what you're giving me and better attitude.
Damn, Bronk, preach.
But
That's true.
He's right. Because I'm like, oh, excuse me, sir. Can I please get some more shit? Like I'm like a fucking coward over here.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, that's
There's
kind of
one-
my take on it. But yeah, they do. And there are some places where I go, and you can tell they are just killing time. They're not in there to really like excel at their job or do it great. They are just there, and they can't wait till that client. And I know a lot of us like to leave, and we're excited to leave. But, you know, while you're there, giving it everything you got is the best way to tackle any job.
Even if you don't like that job, I get that you're annoyed by doing it, but it just really. There's one place specifically I'm thinking. 6 out of 7 times you go there, shit like this happens all the time. They don't want to make the extra thing. They give you attitude.
Ultimately, it reflects on you. Let me give any of those people who are like that, you know, that work in any kind of industry. It ultimately reflects on you. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone into places and I've seen somebody that excelled at their job. And I remember one time there was a bartender that was just kicking ass, and I actually took down his information.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, you would be a kick-ass morning show producer because you just are on it. You know how to hustle. You know how to get it going. I wasn't in a position to hire anybody at the time.
You were juggling, multitasking. That's impressive.
It was impressive, in the attitude that you had through the whole thing.
That's it.
Impressed me. And you never know when someone might come in that has an opportunity to give you a great kick-ass job, and you don't know how many opportunities you've missed by being all pouty and moving slow and just dialing it in.
You're always auditioning.
Oh, you never know.
Always.
Absolutely.
You never know who's watching you.
Like I told you about that one. I asked the one person to make something, but it was one of those items where I guess it's too hard for them to make, and they didn't want to make it. They're like, no, it's too annoying to make. They literally said that.
Yeah, it is annoying. I don't say anything to them. I don't mess with the people that are doing it. But yeah, in my mind, if I ever start to feel guilty for this, I'm going, wait a minute. I'm about to pay for this. I'm like, no, this should be a reverse.
Exactly.
Like, you should be, honestly, and that's how I look at it. Every customer you have, you should be so, like, for me, every listener we have, I'm so pumped that they're there. When they come to events, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited you're here, and I want you to know that I'm so happy that you showed up and so excited you're here, and I don't take it for granted.
Even that dick that was heckling you, we don't like that guy. I don't like him. He can listen to somebody else.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'll sit there and I'll chat with you. If you disagree with something that's going on, anybody that shows up to you, just be an asshole.
Have you ever met somebody who hates you on the air, and then you meet him in person, and then things become cool? Has that ever happened? They're like, oh, you're fucking the worst on the air. Then you meet them, you have a good moment.
Yes, that has happened.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you, honestly, a lot of times try to get past the facade of what you think you know of somebody.
For
'Cause
sure.
Most people, I believe 80% of the people on the planet are cool.
I do too.
80 to 90 are just cool people. And then, you've unfortunately got 10 to 20% that are just complete assholes, and they make everybody else look bad. But
And everyone-
there's nothing you do with them, unfortunately,
Everyone
sometimes.
you meet, I don't care who they are, they are struggling with something. And some people are struggling with worse shit than other people, but everyone struggles with something.
Absolutely.
Keep that in mind.
So there you go. Christian had the take on the dirt. Said, hey, how about doing it 2 times a day? I listen from 6 to 10 religiously. It's like, I don't know how much Kardashians I need.
He didn't like that Kim emoji story 3 times today?
It was twice.
It felt like 4.
Yeah.
I don't need you counting my shit.
Well, a couple things I'll let you know. Christian, thank you for listening for 4 hours. That is awesome. I do appreciate that. You are a rare breed. You're not, well, I wouldn't say rare, but you're not the majority. You know, the regular broadcast show, and we do it live. And to let you know, on the podcast, somebody sent an email yesterday. We already do this. We don't have the dirt and the viral audio in the podcast. Those come out so that it's, it's not time-stamped. Like, if you're listening back to it, you're not having to fast forward through 4 dirts and 2 viral audios. Those things are already gone. So you can listen to it in 3 months, 3 years, and it'll just sound like one bit after another.
Do you get complaints of people who don't like viral audio?
Well, no, but he just let me see if he threw them both in here. The dirt of the day should be cut. No, the viral audio really see. You know,
Just
viral
the
audio we don't
dirt.
do that often. Well, but we don't do the viral audio that often. You know, it's just when there's something there and it's pretty quick. So, but yeah, so if you listen to the podcasts, then there's not going to be any dirt in there. You're going to be able to zip right through it. But there are a lot of people that really do love the dirt, and your average person listens to us for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, and that's all they get to. So we love the diehards because you guys are the absolute best. So that's why on the podcast we do that without that. But on the regular show, a lot of people do love the dirt and they want to get it, and once an hour is about right.
It took me a while to realize that everyone listening to your show doesn't hear everything you do. You're in the moment. You're thinking, oh, that's great. Everyone's going to love that, or everyone's going to hate that. Either way, on either side, not everyone's listening.
It's a different strategy we have to have on a regular broadcast shows to what we do on the digital, on-demand stuff.
Good to see, though, that the dirt's kind of going through the fire a little bit. All right.
I'm going to put you in the fire.
Jennifer said, so we have a Godcast, a Bachelor's podcast, possibly an upcoming Big Brother podcast, relationship podcast, and Beercast. So I ask, where's that Yumcast, Virginia? And who's orchestrating? Yes.
That should say it all. Her answer...
Yeah.
I really want to do the Yumcast, and I am going to do it. And tonight, I might actually get conversation started because there'll be a lot of chefy types out there.
You sound about as confident as Kevin sounds when you ask him to do something on the weekend.
I wanted to kick it off with a big name, and so it's really hard because the Palm Beach Wine and Food Fest comes in December, and we're kind of cock-blocked because there's another radio group that is very tied into it. And so when I call and I request to have interviews with these chefs, a lot of times I get the, submit an email and we'll let you know, and then I don't hear anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've got to go through personal relationships, which I do have. I was trying to get our first person on the Yumcast to be this big name chef that I have it in with, but I haven't been able to.
What's his name?
Robert Irvine.
You got Irvine?
Well, no, I don't have him, but I want to get in with him because I know somebody
heard the name.
who works with him. I just thought it'd be good to start with a bang. I don't want to start with a, who's that?
Kind of like
Yeah.
what I did with the pot, like a Ryan Beckett or a...
Beckett's hot.
Beckett's great.
He
And
adds credibility.
Beckett's actually going to be doing our paranormal Bigfoot/alien ghost bullshit podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the eye candy of the group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And who's orchestrating the Queen, Panda, and Jen coming together to give us life on the other side of KVJ? Love you guys. Yeah, that would be cool. The only thing is, I think we probably have to do that on a weekend sometime.
We could pre-tape it.
Yeah.
And have it in the can.
Yeah, so maybe we can find like a Saturday morning they could all do that.
That'd be a fun one to have maybe some cocktails with.
We thought about doing it and having you, Jay Bird, moderate it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I would love to.
That would be a good idea.
I'll take that gig.
Then you'll get the real deal out of Panda, Kim, and
Oh, yeah.
Jen. If we're in the room, maybe the truth might not be as free flow.
It'll be hard hitting. We'll get some shit. Don't you worry. Oh yeah.
And if the Mexican Queen's not talking, actually bring me in the room, and then she'll really start talking shit. So, yeah.
I'd actually like to do a one-on-one with the bra. Get inside the man behind the eyes.
You do every day.
But
It's
like-
called the KVJ show.
How much more do you need?
Take the time, brother.
But I was saying, take it to the next level. Let's really get intimate with the details of
Don't we already?
the inner workings of the
I don't
bra.
think I have a lot left. I think you get it all.
The man gives you everything he's got.
I think we can delve deeper.
Chris Metro said, hey, what do you think about doing a bit where you guys ask V questions while she's still loopy after surgery?
Oh, I love
Oh,
it. That's
yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I'm going to be loopy for a few days because
When is that happening?
that happens on Thursday. So the
Okay.
surgery is Thursday, and then recovery is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I was born with the hernia. I had to get it taken out or whatever they do on my 6th birthday. Now, as a young kid, it took me about a week to heal up and get around. I'm thinking, because you're a little bit older, I think you'll feel normal in about 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have major scars, though, because it's not just the hernia. While he's in there, I'm like, hey, since you have me under anesthesia, how about a little boob lift? So,
Oh,
You're doing a hernia/boob job?
yeah.
You can do that now?
Yeah. I mean, they put in your under. My boobs are old. I've had these same implants since I was 19.
Okay.
They need to come out. They need to, be lifted. These things are saggy.
You going a little smaller?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going smaller.
The D cup.
No, I would actually like to be a B or a C. A small C would be perfect.
What's Payne to think about all this?
He's a little nervous because he likes them bigger, but I think they make me feel fat. I talk to a lot of girls that, later in life, we had these put in when we were, 120 pounds, and now that I'm 140 pounds, they make me feel fatter, and especially since I've breastfed, they're not perky like they used to be.
Mm-hmm. Can we do a little before and after shot?
Full areole?
I wanted to see what you said.
I'll let you do a little, in a bra
I'm
or
kidding.
something.
I'm joking. I don't want to see your boobs.
Someone else sent an email, said, hey, can we get some after the show podcast hot seat with some electric dog collars up in this bitch or what? Step it up in 017.
Yeah, if someone wants to give me $110 to buy a new dog collar, I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
We had the dog collar, and then we didn't have the charger.
What we need is, I don't even know what we need. I forget. We have one or the other. We either have the collar or the charger. I think we have the collar.
We have the collar, but we have no charger.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get another one. But yeah, we love that. We'll get one here one of these days and make it happen.
That thing was ruthless.
That's the best one we've
Remember
ever
the
had.
one?
Oh, it drops you.
They're good. Yeah,
terrible.
it really does. It drops you.
It's the legit one.
Norman said, when is Jaber going to make a new intro to the morning show that includes Denny's? I understand you have the anthem, but as a stoner, I think he should be included too.
Damn, trying to keep a Denny down?
No, not at all. Denny's is a big part of making that song. He made the beat. We can totally do that for sure.
Okay.
We're
Put on the project list.
Yeah, we will. If you want, we can freshen up some of the other stuff too. I don't. Do we need any other new intros for stuff? Any new bits that you want? Sound effect game.
What's on my mind was the only thing. Maybe doing a
Joke Jury could use a little song.
That's true. Joke Jury
That's true,
could
that
do
could.
that. Well,
Yeah.
that's a staple.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get in the lab.
Okay. Amber said, just catching up on the podcast, and while listening to the Hook Up or Hang Up, I thought you should try a swinger version, maybe on the After the Show podcast.
A swinger.
I'm in the lifestyle myself, and I can tell you it's really hard to find another swinging couple.
Do swingers ever hang up?
No, I think
They're just looking to stick it in.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna piss off the swinging community. They don't just have sex with anybody. They all got to agree. The whole rules. One time we did that swinging topic, Denny's got so many calls from swingers. I don't know what she's talking about. I feel like we have 30% of our audience are swingers.
There's a lot of them out there, yeah.
There was.
You'd really be doing a great service to the community, and it would be awesome to listen to. Love the show.
To the community.
Yeah,
Community.
we'll see where it goes. Like I was saying yesterday, I want to first fall in love with the bit, and then if we keep doing it every week or every other week, whatever, and it's a staple on the show, then I think we'll go down different avenues.
We need to get like a unicorn and then have people battle it out for the unicorn.
It would turn ugly. It would turn filthy.
I like it.
Let's book it.
Want to give a shout out to Megan. She said, boy, years ago, I just want to say thank you because next Tuesday, April 11th, will be 5 years and my boyfriend and I have been together, and we met through the KVJ show.
No way.
Yeah, we had people call in if their voice was annoying and more annoying than Virginia's.
That was the bit.
So I called in because I swear I sound like a chipmunk who sucked on helium.
Aw.
And you guys said my voice sounded fine, too funny, but little did I know my boyfriend happened to be listening to the show that day. He normally listens to sports radio, but for some reason, fate, his channel wouldn't come in clear. He tracked me down through Facebook soon after hearing my voice, and we met up a couple weeks later for our first date and have been together ever since.
He tracked her down through Facebook from hearing her on the radio?
Yeah.
Wow.
Creepy. No, I'm just kidding.
That's dedication.
I was previously married before and had been together. I was previously married before and it didn't work out. So I'd pretty much given up on relationships. But again, I swear fate intervened. My boyfriend loves me and my two little boys from my previous marriage so much. He's so good to us and he treats my kids like his own. He's been with me through a horrible illness and multiple hospitalizations. He's patient and supportive, and I'm just so thankful and blessed. And it's all thanks to you guys, my matchmakers.
That's cool. See, we do matchmaking.
Yeah. I like
you go.
it. Are there guys out there that are turned on by like chipmunk voice?
Oh, yeah. There's
Like
guys
that
out-
does it for them?
You can name any weird shit that you throw at me, and I'll say, yeah, there's going to be someone that likes it. There is a weird seat for every weird ass out there.
And I got this email from Ian. He said, my son and I started listening to the show while driving him to school as a high school freshman. We always made sure that we listen to the No Name Movie Game on Friday mornings, and I still listen and love the After the Show podcast while driving home at night from work. He is now 26 years old, living in New York, and this was his post yesterday on Facebook. It said, on a cold and rainy spring day in New York City, the love of my life said, are you fucking kidding me? And I became the luckiest guy in the world. He proposed to her, and there's a great photo of it, and that's what he posted up on his social media.
Oh, that's a great photo.
Yeah, so
Talk
congratulations.
About catching the action.
That's so cool.
Congratulations to Scott there, and thanks to his dad, Ian, for sending in the email to let us know about it. It's very cool stuff.
Congratulations.
Love is in the air, y'all.
Yeah,
I know it is. Mail at kvjshow.com. All righty.
Love is in the air. Toss him back that ass banana.
There's two of them.
Oh, Jaybird.
Go ahead, throw it at me. I won't move.
People sending in photos. Somebody sent in a Coast Guard cruiser. It's a really cool photo because it's right there on the bridge right by Mar-a-Lago, and it's right underneath, and there is a huge mounted machine gun on the front of it.
Whoa.
And you can see the Tower to Mar-a-Lago right in the background. So really cool shot they got.
They're not playing over there.
Oh, hell
No. I mean, the Intercoastal, yeah, it's pretty much shut down. The security is absolutely insane. So thanks for all that stuff. You can keep coming through the day, too. We'll keep checking in on that.
Anything cool you see or spot or hear about happening, let us know.
No doubt. All righty. Make sure you go check out Bud's Chicken and Seafood.
I'll give you a little quiz, Kev.
Yep.
What item is not a Bud's Chicken and Seafood side dish?
Ooh.
French fry, turkey liver, coleslaw, corn fritter.
Turkey liver.
You got it.
You nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wow.
What's the best one of all those?
I'm a corn fritter.
Me too.
Corn fritters are my favorite thing.
Those corn fritters are phenomenal.
I like to take the corn fritters and also pour the coleslaw on them, so it's got kind of like coleslaw seeping into it.
Baste them.
I get real weird with it.
All right. Well, you can too. 7 different locations in Palm Beach County. Bud's Chicken and Seafood. You guys have a great day. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.